Are the New York Giants going to draft J.J. McCarthy with the 6th pick in round 1 of the 2024 NFL Draft? I was in Las Vegas covering the Super Bowl, and I have heard that the Giants love J.J. McCarthy. Let's break it down. I first just want to set the scene for this video. I'm going to err under the side that my source told me was true, that the Giants really do like him. So I'm going to try to prove to you why J.J. McCarthy would be a good pick inside the top 10. But I'm not going to use any of my own words. I'm going to use words of the media. Destin Adams, who covers the NFL, says the NFL is significantly higher on J.J. McCarthy than I ever could have imagined. I had a direct source today share that a team in the NFC has him as their QB2. Okay, so a team in the NFC has him as their QB2. Let's just look at the top 10 draft order, because if you're going to have someone as QB2, that means you probably are going to take them in the top 10, right? I mean, if you're not taking QB2 in top 10, I got a bigger question for you. So let's go through the teams. Chicago Bears. Well, they're going to take Caleb Williams, so it doesn't matter. Washington Commanders. I am confident that their first QB is Caleb Williams, and their second QB is Jaden Daniels. The next NFC team is the Arizona Cardinals. Why would the Arizona Cardinals be telling people about their quarterback draft board when they have Kyler Murray? The next NFC team, New York Giants. The Atlanta Falcons at 8. Maybe they like him. And you got the Chicago Bears at 9. They don't need a quarterback. So there's only 2 teams in the top 10 in the NFC that could potentially have J.J. McCarthy as QB2. And I don't think it's the Atlanta Falcons. I want to go back to this report that we talked about on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Justin Spiro, I believe is how you says his name. He's actually a friend of CEO of Chat Sports, James Yoder. And James Yoder sent this to me and he said, hey, I'm going to message him and see if it's real. They talked about it and he said, yeah, it's real. Report. Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy recently had positive discussions with the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Giants. Both expressed interest in him and said he carries a first-round grade. These discussions helped him inform McCarthy's decision to declare for the NFL Draft. So we have a source saying a team picking inside the top 10 has J.J. McCarthy as QB2. I have been told the Giants really like him, and we've also got this report that the Giants gave him a first-round grade. But it's not just that he's rising up on Giants draft big boards. Benjamin Albright, one of the most notable NFL insiders, says, quote, people around the NFL view J.J. McCarthy as a top 10 player, higher than Bo Nix and Michael Penix, who they have as a day 2 and day 3 grades. Yeah, it's getting interesting with J.J. McCarthy and the New York Giants. Before we give you more stats, info, and takes from NFL insiders across the league, should the Giants draft J.J. McCarthy in round 1? Pick 6 comes. Let's say the draft goes Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Top 3 QBs are off the board. And you're picking 6. And McCarthy's staring you in the face. Should the Giants select him? Yes? No? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Let me know. I'm very curious to see what all the real ones say. Said it at the top of the video. Just want to say it again. I have heard the Giants love J.J. McCarthy. I was in Las Vegas covering the Super Bowl, and I got to talk to some people. And, yeah, the Giants supposedly really, really love him. But so does the rest of the National Football League. Matt Miller, an NFL draft expert for ESPN, said this about McCarthy. All the tools are there. They're just kind of waiting to come out. I've talked to so many scouts, one in particular who said J.J. McCarthy would be Joe Burrow if he were on a team that threw the ball. J.J. McCarthy is skyrocketing up draft boards. There were talks that he shouldn't even come out of college and go to the NFL draft prior to the college football playoffs. And when he won the national championship, it was like, all right, maybe he's a 2nd or 3rd round guy. Now, it sounds like he might not make it out of the top 10. Mike Girardi, who covers all things sports for the Boston Sports Journal, said this. He wouldn't be surprised if McCarthy ends up being a top 10 pick. He's definitely moving up the board, Girardi said Tuesday on NBC Sports Boston. He might have already been there. As usual with the media and draft things, we get to it a little bit later than the buzz in league circles. He didn't go to the Senior Bowl even though he was eligible as a junior as they changed the rules this year, and he probably helped his cause because Bo Nix and Michael Penix didn't show out. So now, if he was in the second tier of quarterbacks, he moves ahead of those guys. And then you just talk to people down there and look, some of the metrics with him are outstanding. His ability to deliver on third down, they played in some tough games. McCarthy is going to test off the charts. He's a phenomenal athlete. He's got a big arm. He's climbing fast. And again, if teams aren't willing to move at picks number 1, 2, and 3, would I be shocked if by the end of this, J.J. McCarthy is a top 10 pick? I would not. It's not just him, though. Field Yates of ESPN just put out a mock draft, and he had J.J. McCarthy going number 12 overall. So you have NFL experts that work for every single media athlete telling you that McCarthy is going inside the top 15. Maybe the Giants are the team that'll take him at 6. Coming up next, is J.J. McCarthy worth the risk of being drafted in round 1? I'll try to unpack that as we compare his stats to other quarterback stats in this class. But first, I need you guys to support today's sponsor, Game Time. Shout out to Game Time for supporting today's show. And if you download the Game Time app and use the promo code GIANTSCHAT, you're going to get $20 off. Download the Game Time app, the #1 ticketing app in the game. What I love about it is prices of the events drop as the event gets closer. I'm a procrastinator. I don't like spending money out in the future unless I have to. In Game Time, they let me spend it when I want to. They also have these awesome flash deals all the time. Well, they will alert you when a special is going on. But my favorite feature of all of them is you get a view of the seat that you want to buy inside the app prior to the purchase. And use promo code GIANTSCHAT. You'll save $20 off. Check them out. It's not just Giants games. You can go to Knicks games, Rangers games. The Mets and Yankees are coming back. You can go to comedy events. You can go to concerts and so much more. Check them out. Promo code GIANTSCHAT. $20 off. Shout out to Game Time, the best ticketing app in the game. Download the Game Time app. Create an account and use code GIANTSCHAT for $20 off your first purchase. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. Alrighty, let's try to unpack it. Is J.J. McCarthy a risk if the Giants were to draft him in round 1? You look at what he did last year for Michigan, completed 72.3% of his passes, threw for almost 3,000 yards, and had 22 touchdowns through the air and 4 interceptions. One of the biggest critiques of J.J. McCarthy is that he doesn't have a big-time arm and that he's a dink and dunker and he's a product of the system and that Michigan just ran the ball. So you know what I did? I went and looked up 2023 big-time throw percentages. And I got Jane Daniels, Drake Mays, Michael Penix, Caleb Williams, and Bo Nix. Guys, he's all being compared to. Jane Daniels, number 1 in big-time throw percentage, 8.4%. Drake May, number 2, 7.5. Michael Penix, 7.3. Caleb Williams, 6.2. And J.J. McCarthy, 6.0. So he is right there with Caleb Williams, who people talk about having big-time throw ability like Patrick Mahomes. But then I looked at, like, you know what? People say he's not a good athlete. He only makes plays in structure. He can't do anything. So I was like, what about looking up his completion percentage on scramble plays? How often is he finding the open receiver when the play breaks down? And I found out, guys, that J.J. McCarthy has the #1 completion percentage of all the quarterbacks in this draft class, projected to go in the top 6 of all of them. The highest completion percentage on scrambles. 71% for J.J. McCarthy, 58 for Bo, 46 for Jaden, 41 for Caleb Williams, 36 for Drake May, and 23 for Michael Penix. But then I was like, you know what? J.J. McCarthy, he's a guy that just kind of gets to hand the ball off to Blake Corum in the red zone. He just gets to give it to all the playmakers they got. So it's like, how does he play in the red zone, right? How does he play there? Well, yeah, pretty damn good. He completed 63.2% of his passes in the red zone through 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. A higher red completion percentage in the red zone than Drake May, than Michael Penix, and Caleb Williams. So there's that. And then this from my guy WBG84. In my opinion, the #1 follow on Giants Twitter. Check him out. The guy does awesome work, man. He's a huge J.J. McCarthy guy as well. So he tweeted out this stat. J.J. McCarthy, 2023 deep ball passing numbers. Because everyone says he can't throw the deep ball. He just rode the coattail of the running game. On passes of 20-plus air yards, J.J. McCarthy was 24 of 44 with 10 touchdown passes. McCarthy's 54.5% completion percentage on passes traveling 20-plus air yards ranks second in this draft class, only behind Jane Daniels. So we showed you what he does in the red zone. We showed you his deep throw percentage. We showed you his big-time throw rate and what he does when he's scrambling. And on top of that, all the kid has done throughout the time that he has put on a helmet, ever since he's put one of these on, he has won football games. All the kid does is win. You might as well just call him DJ Khaled. 26-39 in high school. 26-3. I can't read. 26-3 in high school. And then he goes to a prep school, IMG Academy, where I got to cover him and interview him. He goes 8-0. Then he goes to Michigan, and he's 27-1. So he's got just as good as stats of advanced metrics of others QBs in this class, and he's also won more than almost all of them. Take a broader look. Just look at what he's done over the last 2 years with Michigan. 2022, he completed 64% of his passes. I think I'm a pretty consistent guy on this. I want a quarterback that gets better as life goes on. And the thing that pops off the page to me right here is a jump of almost 10 percentage points in completion percentage. Goes from 64% in 2022 to 72% this year while throwing for more passing yards. The dude is really good. Some more advanced numbers. You look at where he operates on a football field. You got throws from 0 to 9 yards. You got throws from 10 to 19 yards. You got throws of 20-plus yards. I'd say these are pretty good numbers. 10 touchdowns on throws of more than 20-plus yards. And the medium area, he completes a large percent of his passes, and he's money on checkdowns of under 9 yards. The dude is so underrated. And in the big-time moments, played pretty damn good. What about in the Rose Bowl, where he was pretty damn good? 221 yards, 3 total touchdowns, took care of the football, kept Michigan in the game. Was he the driving force as to why they won? No. But he didn't get in the way, and when a big play was needed, when his number was called on third down, he succeeded. National championship, it was a blowout. Just take care of the football. That's all he had to do. And he won. And he won. A winner. That's what I want. I want a winner at the quarterback position for the Giants. I've changed my tune, and I think I am allowed to do that. I would not hate J.J. McCarthy at pick number 6. I would not hate it. I think a lot of the McCarthy takes out there are very, very lazy. They are people that have not watched his All-22 film. They have not charted his throws. They don't look at advanced analytics, and they don't compare him to his peers. All they say is this: he did nothing to win games. He didn't have to do anything. All he did was hand the football off. You know who did that for 3 Super Bowls? Tom Brady. And then he became an elite quarterback. All he did was manage the game, kept the team in position to win, and Vinatieri got it done. I'm not saying J.J. McCarthy is Tom Brady, but what I am saying is J.J. McCarthy, I think everyone should update their takes and do a little bit more research, because it's unfair how we are grading this player, and I think he's going to be good in the NFL. I'm pretty damn confident about it. I'll ask you this question. J.J. McCarthy is the blank best quarterback in the 2024 draft class. You got Caleb Williams. You got Jaden Daniels. You got Drake May. You got Bo Nix. You got Michael Penix. J.J. McCarthy is the blank best quarterback in the 2024 draft class. Let me know what you think. For me, he's QB4, and there is a wide gap between QB4 and QB5. I have Caleb Williams 1, I have Drake May 2, I have Jaden Daniels 3, and I have J.J. McCarthy 4. Do I love the idea of drafting QB4 at pick 6? No. But everything that everyone tells me that's in line with the NFL, teams love him. They love his intangibles. He's a leader. He's a winner. He's a worker. But he's also someone that has very underrated tangibles. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong, and I like a guy that has a chip on his shoulder, because that's all I got. Make sure you guys are following me over on social media. I'm tweeting about the Giants and posting about the Giants every day on Twitter and Instagram. So give your boy a follow, and we'll see you next time. Let's go Big Blue.